This video is going to be a little bit different because I want to talk about some of the builds I've done off camera and why they aren't in a video, like why I haven't done a tutorial on them. So this is one I wanted to do with all the new 1.19 blocks, and some you can see are from older updates like the copper, azalea leaves, composters, but they're mostly all new. I wanted to test out some of the new ones, and I like how it turned out. I didn't really plan the inside much, so there's not much of an interior. I just added a few things on the shelves because there's not much room. It looks big on the outside, but to make it look like it's mostly mangrove on the inside, I had to make it smaller. So, yeah, there's some books and stuff, because it's supposed to be kind of like maybe a bookshop or a library. And then this is one of the only rooms that I kind of developed, and I'm not happy with it because it's asymmetrical due to the door. It's not as pleasing to the eye as I would like, but I do like this little window effect. And I just never made it into a video because I was just not recording when I was making it. I just need to make sure to plan out the interior as well in the future, because I think I could have done a lot more if I knew where I was going to go with the inside. And one of the main reasons, aside from the fact that it's kind of complicated to go back over, is that I'm just not pleased with it. I don't want to make a build into a video tutorial until I am pleased with it. So there's some work to do there. This is by far my favorite build in this world. I really like how the trees turned out. I just went with kind of the same thing that I did for that sculpt tree over there, but I made it look a little more natural. Birch and oak leaves, spruce logs, stripped spruce logs, some fences, trapdoors, and then I, of course, put buttons as rocks. Next to, of course, the big log. Throughout the spruce wood, there is dark oak wood logs scattered about to make it look a little more weathered, and then to add on to that, vines and moss. Put some spruce leaves around, flowers. Kinda tried to put the moss where the dark oak was as well to make it look like, you know, the dark oak wood was the wood slowly rotting and then it becomes moss. Just put logs here. I wanted to make it look like it was dark in the middle, but I was not able to do that in a way I was pleased with, so it's just spruce. And I think the trees help hide that fact, and that's one of the reasons I like them so much. And then got some grass on the top. So overall, one of my favorite builds. I really like the more organic style. Been experimenting with it a little bit. I made a path out of the new mangrove root variants. Learned that you can make them go in the muddy ones at least. The normal mangrove roots, they all have the same texture, but the muddy mangrove roots have two directional textures. Place one from the top down, it's that, yeah. And then, yeah, if you place one from the side, it's that. So, experimented a little bit with that. Added tuff to look like a bit of a rocky terrain. Coarse dirt. And I like the path, but I haven't been able to use it in a build yet. Now, this building that I have bumped into twice, unfinished. My builds are so close together. It's unfinished, but instead of doing like random splotches, I tried out gradients with this one for the first time, and I think it turned out pretty great. I've got a tower up here, which is also unfinished, but should be done soon if I ever get back to work on this. Got some skulk around the top, along with the glow lichen, and then vines down lower, just to add a little bit of texture to the dark prismarine, because it can get a little odd to look at. Now, this is something I'm going to have to prevent, because I don't want vines going down across the entire building. This was supposed to be like some kind of temple, something imposing and large. I even made a layout for it. Tower over here, and then that gap right there goes to there. So, not exactly a square, but still kind of blocky. I don't want to do like diagonals just yet, because I'm not the best at blocky as it is. And now for why these are not tutorials. This one, mainly because it's unfinished. I mean, that, and I've already built quite a bit of it. And how am I supposed to make a tutorial when a lot of it is already built? I could go back and make one, and I kind of want to. I might just not. In the future, I'll have to think, like, you should make a tutorial on this before you start building. And this, well, I just built it because I was looking for a home to make in a hardcore world. I was going to make a hardcore series on the channel, but I just kept dying, and the world that I finally got far enough to start making a house in, when I was looking for more materials to make this house, I fell into a ravine and died. So this one never got built anywhere other than here, which is unfortunate, really. I was excited to see it in the survival world. And then there's one last one over here. Of course, this, which I introduced in one of my last videos. Been trying to record that, but it's just being uncooperative. I replaced the first layer, but then the file that I used to record that first layer disappeared. I don't even know. But this one, definitely a darker one. Two builds that use more of a dark texture. Anything that's a synonym for scary and intimidating was supposed to be conveyed by this fortress, and I think if it's built, I do want to build the rest of this. I think once it's done, it might just convey that, but I want to plan it out before I keep building it, otherwise it may not turn out exactly the way I want, and it could be just a waste. Speaking of that, and how it was supposed to be in a survival world, I am going to build this villager trading hall. Right here. Over here. And here, I'll just mark it. That mark will be in the very next video I upload. And it'll be showing how to build the trading hall, so I can get one of my builds on camera. And then I can put that trading hall into my survival world. Thank you all for watching. Hope that was fun to look at these builds. I don't consider myself that great of a builder, but all the feedback I've received says they're pretty cool, so boosts my confidence a little. So thank you for watching, and don't have the worst day that could possibly ever be had.